Okay, we are live. I think I'm not sure if my voice can be heard. I don't know. Let's see how we are doing. I cannot see any signal coming up. I don't know how I check that. And hello, hello. If there's anybody watching, let me know if you can hear my vocals. As always, it's very hard to actually see if it's working or not. My levels are certainly not going up, but I can't tell. How do I set that? Um, okay, so it is working. Thank you. Thank you, Ian, Francis. Thanks for joining in. Just that my levels are not showing that there's any audio going, but looks like it is all good. Well, thanks for letting me know. Hi, everyone, and welcome to my November 2018 live stream. I know I haven't done live stream for some time now, but I thought I'll do one today, the last day of November. I usually do beginning of the month, but quite busy, so I thought I'll have to schedule one for November. And in this live stream, there are a couple of topics that I'll be talking about. One of them is I'm going to be going through and reading some of the comments on my November prize draw, which is this unit here, the Behringer Tube Ultra Gain Mic 500 USB, which I'm giving it away. So entries are pretty much going to be closed by end of today. So you've got a few more hours. If you don't know about it, make sure you go to my website. I'll see if I can actually get the link for you and post it as well. So you can enter to win that. And basically, all you have to do is make a comment to see if why would you like to win it and what are you going to use it for and so on. It's quite simple, just on YouTube. You don't have to give any details as such, just your comments. And I'm going to go through some of the comments today, and later on, most likely tomorrow, I will personally choose a person who I think deserves to win this fantastic prize, and I will be posting it anywhere in the world that I legally and possibly can, and that won't cost the winner anything. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do later today. And also, just earlier today, I did post a poll on my YouTube channel asking all my subscribers what DAW they want me to make my next video. So I'll be looking at that as well. And again, um, if you don't know about that poll, if you go into my YouTube channel under communities, you will see the poll there, and just choose the DAW you think I should do my next videos on. A couple of videos, obviously. And as you guys know, I normally cover things which are, you know, ideas and tips, not showing how some software works, but more like how to use that software, manipulate it in such a way that you can achieve different results and things like that. So that's my second topic. And I've got a few more other topics that I'll be talking about as well during the live stream. The live stream should be about an hour's long, and hopefully I will have a few people join in. It says I've got 5 people already joining, and thanks for joining in. Yes, I have Ian Francis. I also have the villain of the story. He's here as well. Also have Philip V. Thanks for joining in. And Philip V says Magic's Music Maker. Yeah, well, all you got to do is go to my YouTube channel, and then under the community, post your comment there. Another comment, the poll. So whichever, whatever you like to actually want me to do. I've done quite a few on Magic Music Maker, so it should be quite easy to look at those videos I've already done. I covered quite a lot, and I think I've done recently a new one as well. So I'll be looking at that, and I'll just put the link for you guys as well for the poll for my next videos. It's not that I'm actually running out of videos. I've got so many sort of stacked up, but I thought I'll do a poll and put priority to my videos to see which one I should be doing next. So make the videos that people want to watch, that are interesting or interest them. Okay, so if you just joined in, thanks for joining in. This is my November live stream. As I said, I've got a couple topics that I'll be covering it, and in the end, if there's any time left, I will be doing some Q&A if you've got some questions. So hold on to those. I will refer to them at the end of this live stream if there's any time left. Yeah, so let's get on with the November giveaway, which I've done a video. I also done a review of the Behringer Tube Ultra Gain Mic 500 USB, which is a tube mic preamplifier as well as a USB interface. So I'm going to be reading some of the comments, and I'm not making any decision at the moment because the giveaway is still open until end of the day. So if you didn't know about it, just follow the link. I just put the link there already. You can follow there and submit your comment as well. I will be still reading them until tonight. It finishes midnight tonight, and then I will look at them and draw the winner personally myself tomorrow and get in contact with them. I have had 54 comments so far, which is really great, and I have really positive feedback on them. So hopefully the person that's going to win this, really going to enjoy it because it's really great, well thought out mic pre that pretty much gives you everything. So even if you don't have a audio interface, then it work as an audio interface as well, or even add on to your current existing audio interface. Just going to read the comments sorted by YouTube's top comments. And usually top comments would be the ones who had lots of thumbs up for the comments, I think. I don't know. Well, we will go through them. So it's quite interesting read because there has been quite a few people who said, I don't want to win it. Congratulations, whoever wins it. So we have Second Time Tech. It says, I hope the person that wins it has a great time using it. I have no need. I have a Behringer X1204 USB, and it works great for my needs. I like the Behringer line of products. Good quality, good price. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Second Time Tech. It's really nice of you. Some of the names, it's going to have a hard time for me to pronounce it, so I do apologize in advance. Debjit Roy Chowdhury. I have a home studio. I am using the inbuilt preamp of Behringer UM2 interface. Would like to get a tube preamp and maybe my first dedicated preamp. Well, yeah, I hope so. I'm going to go through them and actually make a note of the good comments tomorrow morning as I get the chance. So I choose them. So you could be one of the candidates. And we also have Ahmed Seyman Ismail. So I try to learn something new, and it will give new experience and journey. Anyway, thank you for your encouragement to people in field. Thank you, Ahmed. Yep. You never know. I could be choosing you as well. We have Tony Stringnert. Says, hello, Vache. You must be one of the most nicest person in the earth. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have. I hope you give this to someone young who can make the best benefit of it and who not can afford it. I would, of course, love to have it, but I really don't think I need it. So go for a young person with no limit. Thank you, Tony. I will take your advice, and I will take that into consideration. And also, I have to say thank you, Tony, for your kind donations that you made. I think in the last couple weeks as well. You know, I know I don't sort of get many supports, but the few I get, I have to thank them. Thank you, Tony. It doesn't matter what the amount was. The whole thing is you wanted to thank me for some of the help that I've given you over that time. Um, and guys, if you do like to help me out with my YouTube channel, I do have a Patreon page that you can go on there and then become a Patreon. That actually helps me to not only make videos, but have giveaways as well. Because currently all these prizes, I don't actually get them for free. I actually pay them from out of my pocket. And when I say out of my pocket, it's from the revenue that I get from the YouTube advertising revenue. So I give it back to you guys. So and I've done that for quite some time now. I've given away audio interfaces. I've given away software plugins, and now this one. And I do have a couple more coming up that I've just purchased, and they'll be coming in the next week. I'll try them out, test them, make sure they are the good product, and then I'll give them away. So, but if you like to support me, doesn't matter, even if it's $1, still counts at the end of the day. That supports me and everybody else, all the prizes that I can give them away. We have Simple Living Atia Ralte. Says, wow, that's great. I want to be lucky winner, but there is no way for me. Ha ha ha. Here, I just want to say that I really like the way you describe and explain whatever for us. I learned many things from you. Do more videos. All the best. Thank you, Simple Living. Thank you. You never know. I may still choose you or any one of those 54 comments that I've got so far. Roy Van Den Born says, nice from you to give it away. I hope you give it to someone that can use it and doesn't have the means to buy it. And that's the whole idea. Thank you. In all honesty, I'm not that person. Thank you for being an honest person. I love your channel, and I hope that this goes to a deserved winner. Well, I hope so too. That's the whole idea. It is a daunting task for me to actually choose one, because I only have one of these to give it away, and by just reading the comments, there are so many deserving subscribers out there or comments out there. I wish I could give you more than one, but I can only afford one to give it away. And even if you don't win it, there's always a chance for next time. Again, please don't give up. Make sure you stay focused. If it's not this one, it could be the next prize that you might win on my channel. So don't give up. Music is one of the best things for life. Abhinit Nayak. Wow, this is awesome. I have been always looking for this, but the thing is, I can't afford it. I'm a student. My family doesn't support me for music. If I get this, I will be really grateful to you. It will help me a lot. Well, I hope so too. So hopefully, when I'm deciding, you're in that decision. Thank you for your comment. Um, Valium FM. It would be a blessing to win this. It would replace an older Behringer mic pre the mic 800 that had so much self noise it was unusable. Sounds like they've got it right with this one. Yes, I have tested it. This one, it's really quiet, um, in both as a standalone as well as a USB interface. So, yeah, we also have the villain of the story. Says, been waiting to record songs, but I personally want to have some warm color to my tracks. This little preamp could help me get started. Yes, it definitely has some coloration. Thanks for your comment. And the dial to have different EQs for different type of instruments that you've connected, or even if you want to color whatever thing you've connected it, it's really great. Yeah, good luck. I hope I choose you as well. Thanks for your comment. McGiver699. Nice one. Always wanted to try one of these. I tried the old version, the non-USB, and thought it worked great for recording vocals. That's where that unit shines. Thanks again, Vache. You keep raising the bar. Thank you. Thanks for your comment, McGiver699. Yeah, well, let me ever see who's in the room and what's been happening with your comments there. Um, Ian Francis says, "Hey, us old people have new ideas too." Yes, Ian. I'm just reading the comments from the live stream. Of course, years and years of experience. So, but some of the comments that I've read, I think they're mentioning that they would like a younger person to have it, so they have longer time. I don't know, because some people will live really long time, longer than young people. Anyway, Philip B says, "What do you mean it's quiet? Does it cut external noise?" No, what it means that if it doesn't generate its own noise, a lot of mic preamplifiers, if they're not well made, they will generate hiss and noise. So you can plug a microphone in there, even if not speaking into it, there'll be that shh noise in the background that adds to your microphone. So this one does not add any additional noise in the background. That's what it means. So it's very quiet. So it will capture everything, including the noise in your room. Okay, that's what it means. So it doesn't generate its own noise. I hope that explains that one. Okay, let's keep reading some of the more giveaway comments. We have George Mateos. He says, "Hi, Bache. Behringer are used in our church, and when I watch your video review, I saw the unique features such as direct connection to other mixer and as interface as well. Having this have two function in one unit. The features this unit is like the tube itself is so uniquely that you can't find in other interface. It will make my recording stand out." I hope so too, George. I think, George, you have contacted me for a project as well. I think a mixing project. So if you are the winner, which I have to say I have not decided yet, then I guess when you do record your song and then send them to me for a mixing project, then it will turn out much better. But I think your recordings were quite good anyway. Um, we have Gambit896. It says, "Awesome video and giveaway. If I were to win this giveaway, I'll use the interface for the purpose of improving the overall audio quality of my own YouTube videos content. Plus, also use the interface in conjunction with a condenser or dynamic microphone for my eventual live streams as well." Yes, you can definitely use this for live stream. So you can plug a microphone in there. It's got USB interface, headphone output, and away you go. So and you get really nice um, sound for your live stream. Continuing with the comments. And this is something I haven't seen. Rishab Tuk, Tukral. Rishab Tukral. And he has commented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments one after each other, saying, I need this Behringer interface, I deserve it. I'm not going to read them through. There's too many of them. One comment is all you really need. There's no really need to beg. I'm not a charity thing. This is not a charity thing. You don't have to beg for it. Please don't beg for it. That's not the whole point. The whole point is to let me know what you're going to use it for and how you're going to use it and how it's going to improve your recording. And Tin Shed Studios, Dave from Queensland, he says, thanks, Vache, for giving someone the chance to win this great product. Like the other comments I have seen below, I hope you give it to someone young and starting out. Cheers, Dave. Yeah, that seems to be the most of the comments saying that I hope someone young wins it, to give them, starting out, to give them the chance. I'll take that into consideration, but that's not any one of the criteria. The criteria is just for you, whoever commented or is still going to comment until midnight tonight, is just basically tell me how they're going to use it and what they're going to use it for. Ian Scott says it would not be of any use to me, but I do hope it goes to someone who can use it and deserves it. Well, thank you, Ian. Thank you. At least you commented, and I will take your comment into consideration. Sir Bighead says, deserve to win is a strong statement, but I will use it for a couple of few months at the most to finish my project and then pass it on free of cost to someone else while I travel the country and then world promoting what you helped me to create. Well, that's a nice gesture. So you're just passing on the buck. Well, in a good sense. Basically, if you win it, you're gonna use it to create your music, and then once you're finished with your project, you're gonna pass it on to someone else, so someone else can use the Tube preamp to create their music. Yeah, well, that's a really nice one. I think I'm gonna give it a love heart for that one. This famous Rai says, I need it. M Gun record great vocals and make great songs with this. Okay, thank you. There's still quite a few. Oh, this is going to take me a long time. I tell you guys, I've read quite a few, and there's still quite a few out there. I think that's going to take a lot of time for me to go and read through. I didn't think there were that many. But anyway, let me see what the comments are on the live stream. And what I would say, guys, you either go follow the link to the actual video on my channel, and if you like to win it, you put a comment in there, and I will read it through. Or if you think any of the comments there, they deserve to win it, or you'd like them to win it, click the that thumbs up on their comments. So that means more votes for that particular person, and I will take that very much into consideration as well, because then I'll have you guys as the input as well for that for the comment, and I take that into consideration when I'm making my decision. So after this live stream, please go there and read through the comments and see if there are any you like. You can give thumbs up, as many as you wish, but the more thumbs up a comment has, I will take that into consideration in my decisions. So Ian Francis Osborne says on the live stream, sorry guys, I have to go. Wife and first coffee of the day are calling. Fingers crossed for the prize. Thanks for all the good work. Thank you, Ian. Enjoy your coffee, and have a really fantastic day today. It is Friday, so yay! tomorrow no work. I don't know. Maybe you don't work, or maybe you do work Saturdays, but enjoy the rest of the day. We also have Chris Cash Music. It says hello, hello, Chris Cash Music. Thanks for joining our live stream. Philip B says, at the moment, what mic are you using now? Well, I'm using my good old ISK BM900. I use it all the time. It's sitting right there. Okay. And that's what I use all the time for all my live streams. My commentary of all my videos goes through there. And that's being fed into my Yamaha AG03. So that's what you're hearing. Johnny Lipsham Studio says, morning, mate. Good morning. How are you, Johnny? Hope you're doing well. I do apologize. I did miss the last two Sunday night live streams that you do. It's just that I've been flat out at work, which ate into my coffee time, which is perfect. You know, while you're live streaming, I drink my coffee, my morning break coffee, and listen to it. But that work is just, Christmas time and holiday time, so it's really, really flat out. So that ate into it. So I did miss it. So I do apologize for that one. Is Roadblock 619 says, I'm new to recording and I am curious as how a mic preamp affects the audio quality. It doesn't. Well, there's a lot of things that a mic preamp will actually do, but also depends on the microphone. If you have a crappy microphone, doesn't matter, even $1,000 mic pre, it's not going to make it any better. It's going to be crap. So one of the first things you need to do is you have a decent microphone to plug into an audio interface or a mic pre. Okay, so that's, and a decent microphone like the one I'm using right now is about 80 Australian dollars. It would be about 50 American dollars, and it's fantastic. I have sang in them, I do demo songs with them, and everything goes through that. It's nice and clean. You don't want to go any less value than that one. If you spend about 100 American dollars, then you are on a good run. So you've got really good microphone. Then you can plug that into your audio interface, and then it will give you whatever the quality of the microphone is into your audio interface. Now, what mic preamps do, like this one, now this one's got a tube in it as well, is that it gives some coloration. And like this one, it also has very, very low self noise so that it's not noisy. So if your if your audio interface is noisy when you plug it in, you have to crank the volume up to get enough volume. Then this mic pre will actually increase the volume enough so that your audio interface volume is not high. So audio interface is not adding any noise, and this mic pre is not adding any noise. So that's what it will do. It's a lot of the time these days, audio interfaces input are, at least 100 and 105 dB signal to noise ratio. So they are dead clean. So by using this, you're basically adding coloration and a little bit of warmth. When I say warmth, some boost around the 200 hertz. It's got EQ in there as well, so you can actually equalize it before going into your audio interface. So that's the only difference. But as you move on, I've got at least 3 or 4 mic pre's here that I connect my microphones into. Each one has their own different characteristics, depending on what microphone I'm using, depending on what the vocal range and sound is, male or female. I use different mic pre's to get the best out into my audio interface into my DAW. I hope that helps that question. Johnny Lipsham Studio says, I'll be back for another episode of Sunday Night Live this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time, somewhere between 10 a.m. and 12 Australia time. Yes, yes, which is a perfect time for me because that's when I normally 10:30, 11 o'clock is that's when I have my morning coffee. So it's really good, really good. Thank you, Johnny. Roadblock 619 says, I have an Audio Technica 80-2020 at the moment, and that's a fantastic starting microphone. I'm not sure if it's the USB version or the XLR version because there's two of those microphones available. Of course, if it's USB, then you don't need an audio interface, but I think the quality is not as good as the XLR one where you can plug into an audio interface. So yeah, so that's a great starting microphone. Baz D says, hello from Dublin, Ireland. Just want to say thanks for all the great informative videos. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Baz. It's very nice of you to comment and thank you for my videos. And that's the whole idea. I hope that they are helpful, and I try to make as many videos as I can. And most of my videos, not all of them, most of my videos are to explore the different aspects of the software or the hardware. And, I have few reviews that I do, like this one that I have done, but most of my videos are about um, having different use for the same product, whether that's software or hardware. Hope, yeah, and hello from Ireland, and yeah, as Johnny Lipson says, uh, love from Dublin. I think we have a couple of people there. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is, as we're talking about the videos, is the poll that I had on my YouTube channel, asking my subscribers what videos they would like me to make. And the choices were Studio One Prime, Cakewalk by BandLab, Traction T7, Magic Music Maker, and Pro Tools First. So far, Cakewalk by BandLab is leading by 34%, followed by Studio One Prime, 32%. And then Traction T7, Pro Tools First, and Magic Music Maker. Well, that was my expectation as well. I've done few Cakewalk by BandLab videos, and I think a couple of new ones are due. So if you haven't voted, please go and vote. I do have the link above somewhere there, or in the chat somewhere. Anyway, you can go and vote, and then that will give me indication of which DAW I make videos on. So they are useful and they relate to people what they want to watch. Just excuse me a few minutes while I have a bit of water. Oh, okay. So again, for all those people who just joined in, this is my prize giveaway for November, and you have until midnight. You can put your comments there. So far, I have read 54 comments in there. So you can put your comment. Just mention how you're going to use it and what you're going to use it for. And by tomorrow, I will sit down, go through all the comments, and then make a decision and post this to the winner anywhere in the world. So yeah, so that's what we are doing. And you can win it as well. Just be in it to win it, as they say. Let me see if there are any other comments that I can read. Historial Facetiousness says, why do I deserve it? I don't know. Been doing music all my life, and while I'm considered quite good by most, I never hit my claim to fame. Read, I'm barely getting by. I am trying to step into the current century, learn current recording techniques. Time to finally pack up the old reel-to-reel and multi-track cassette decks, LOL, And while I'm still alive, I'd love to be able to recording the dozens of originals I've written over the years, as well as hopefully stacking around long enough to add few hundred more. Thanks. Well, that's a very good comment, and I hope that if you are the winner, that we get to hear some of your original songs, and that's what it's all about: making music and really enjoying them. Says I have been Anuj Pudel. I have been recording old stuff on my mobile phone and reamping to an adding gain old stuff in my DAW. Tedious, affordable AIs are difficult to find in Nepal. Audio interfaces. Uh, I'm sure that's what it means. Hopefully, you can help me accelerate my musical progress. Well, I hope so too, Anuj. And yeah, it's really hard to record things on mobile phones. Um, but I've already just ordered um, uh, an interface that will plug in to your mobile phone, giving you a microphone as well as line input. So you can plug your microphone, including 48-volt phantom power, so your condenser microphone can plug into it, or your guitar or your bass guitar, and record it on your mobile phone with an app, multi-track recording on your app. So you don't even need a computer or laptop. So if you can't afford it and you already have a mobile phone, well, just wait for a video coming up in the next couple of weeks, hopefully before the New Year holiday period. Um, they will show you how you can actually do that and do it and get nice sound, because the microphones on these mobile phones, they are designed to capture voice and transmit voice and receive voice frequencies. They're not really good for um, music production. So by having this additional interface that you plug in to your USB-C or Lightning for iPhone ones, you can plug that in, and then you've got audio interface for it. And you can plug a microphone, dynamic microphone, condenser microphone, guitars, synthesizers, keyboards, and then where you go, you can record it on the mobile phone. So watch out for that video coming soon, because I just ordered the interface yesterday, and it should arrive sometime next week. And if it turns out really well, I might give that away as well, because I've got so many audio interfaces here. Okay, let's read some of the comments as well on the live stream. Johnny Lipsham Studio says, I'll be interested in how you would do parallel compression in Studio One Prime. Since there is no buses, I assume you just use an effects channel with a pre-fader send. Well, yes, I actually shown that. I already have a video for version 3. I know Prime doesn't have a bus, but there are ways you can actually do it. And one of the ways is so simple. So you whack, if you don't have the add-on features, the Pro plugin add-on features, then you've got the channel strip. You can crank up the compression on that one and then do a bounce onto a new track. And now you have highly compressed track, and then you can mix that together. Or if you have the Pro plugin add-on for Prime, I think they're about $9.95 US. You get that the Pro compressor, Pro EQ, gate, room, reverb, and so on. Then you can use the compressor, the Pro compressor, to compress it the heck out of it, and then bounce it onto a new track. It's no different, because you've got the same concept, and you can blend it in. It will work that way. So there you go. There's always possibility, Johnny. But yeah, you can do that, or you can use the effects channel with pre-fader send. So yes. The villain of the story says, when mixing vocals, do you DS first or last in the vocal mix chain? when mixing vocals. My vocals always seem harsh, even when putting on a de-esser. Any advice on how to fix this problem? De-esser is normally I put in the end. The reason is I normally, that's the last one in the chain in 99% of the time, because I've got EQ to shape the incoming audio signal. Then I've got compression to tame it and compress it, balance it. And then sometimes you also need to have another EQ afterwards to bring out some of the transients back, some of the air back. And that's when the S's get prompt, because when you compress it, all the S's will be prominent as well. So right at the end, when you put the de-esser, that will control the S's. And that's how I use it. So give that a try and see how you go. He continues, my vocal recording aren't recorded too hot. I tend to record roughly at 18 dB. Yeah, then it's fine. As I said, if you put it right in the end, so any enhancement in the EQ, any enhancement by compressing it, or giving it some air afterwards as well with a second EQ, then the Esser will actually tame the S's right at the end. And control it. Johnny Lipsham Studio says, Studio One is so versatile. In version 4 Pro, I used a bus and pre-fader send or the splitter function. Yes, but as I explained earlier, Johnny, you can also just print it, because there's no difference, because you can actually print it with all the effects that you want. For it, and then you can blend it in as parallel compression. I've done that a couple times. Even sometimes in the Pro version, it just relieves lots of CPU as well, depending how many CPUs you've got and what compressor you are using. And some of the analogs modeled compressors, they quite CPU heavy. So if you actually print it, then you're fine, because remember, you can also feed the input of a track, the output of another track, and then you can record it, if that makes sense. So you can, as it's playing, you can have an input of a track instead of coming from your audio interface. That's what I should say. It can also come from another track. So you can bring it from another track, or so that with the compressor on it, and then you can record it that way. But bouncing it is probably the easiest way as well. Yeah. So I think I'm getting a lot of questions on that as well. If you guys, as I just keep mentioning it, if you want to win this one, the competition still open until midnight tonight. So there's another 3 hours or so that you can, or just over 3 hours, that you can go and comment, and you could win this, and I'll be posting it anywhere in the world. So as the November prize. And I think December, I was planning to do another giveaway in December, but December being such a busy time with holidays and work as well, I'm not going to be able to. But I do already have a prize for January, end of January, February. So if you don't win this, it's not all lost. Don't give up, because I do have something else that I will be giving away as well. Just as good as this. Just as good as this one. Yeah. I haven't actually personally used this to do any recording other than some of the demo videos that I've done for the YouTube. So it's been back in the box since the review that I've done. So when you get it, it's no different than a brand new unit. and I think they are about 100 US dollars worth in Australia, because everything in Australia is more expensive than the rest of the world, most of the time because of the item being shipped here. I think in US you can purchase this about 70, 80 US dollars, where here I had to purchase it about 100 US dollars. And yeah, anyway, so it could be yours. So we're coming to about 45 minutes now into the live stream. If you have any questions you like to ask about this unit or anything else about music related, feel free to ask. And if you haven't voted for which DAW I should do my next video on, feel free to go to the link that I posted earlier in the chat. Then you can go there and put your votes. So far we have 44 votes, and Cakewalk by BandLab looks like is ahead of everybody else at 34%. In Studio One Prime version 4 is at 32%. Followed by Traction T7. Yeah. I mean, Traction is quite interesting, and um, I do have plans to make a video on Traction T7. This time, instead of just doing recording and virtual instrument, I'm going to demonstrate how you can actually use samples and sound loops and audio loops to make your music, and how you'll be able to do the arrangement. Very similar to the video that I've done on Studio One Prime. I think that was my last video. Yeah, my last video, I think I did it where I show in Prime how you can actually use Magic's sample library into creating a song, and then how to time stretch it to actually fit the correct timing. And yeah, so that's really great. So it's a bit different in Traction T7. It's different in Cakewalk. So I will try to make videos that relate to that, because these days a lot of people are using samples to create their bass tracks or to add on to what they already have recorded. So whether if it's drums or pianos, strings and things, if you don't know how to play them, then using sample loops will be the way to go. The villain of the story says, does adjusting the level of an instrument individual fader after you compress affect how the compressor compresses the individual track? No, usually on most DAWs, the signal flow is from the top to the bottom. So the final thing is the fader. And so it starts from the top, and then all the inserts that you put in, they go in that order. And then finally, you'll go to any, if the DAW supports sends, then you'll go to the send, and then you'll any sidechain sends and so on will go out, and then into the fader, and then out to the output setting of that channel. But the only time that you can actually get a signal before any of the inserts is the pre-fader option that the DAWs will have. Like in Studio One, you can click the send pre-fader, so it actually goes before the fader. So volume is not, if fader volume doesn't affect what amount gets sent to whatever it's being sent to. But 99% of the time, the fader's volume does not affect the signal coming in, because fader is the last thing on the chain. We have Sevi Sambiot says, hello. Well, hello and welcome to joining in. Where does the Ableton DAW it into the artist engineer's workflow? I've used it and it is very specific and particular. I don't have Ableton, so I can't comment about where does it fit into the artist engineer's workflow. I've used it, and it is very specific and particular. I can't comment because I don't use Ableton. I haven't used Ableton. Um, Out of probably 10 different DAWs that I own, I don't have Ableton, because I don't. By looking at it, I don't think it fits my workflow. Usually, to what I understand, Ableton fits into people who are using live performance, loop based, um, and sound samples, sound banks, um, those sort of things. So I can't answer. Sorry. I know that's probably not the answer you were looking for, but there's so many that I, I can keep up with. But because most of the time I do live recording, I do VST instruments, um, and very little sound pools and sound loops, I just never used Ableton. You need to use Ableton. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're pretty much done. So to finish the live stream off, I have to say thank you for joining in. Again, don't forget, a few more hours until you can submit your comment, and the link is above there somewhere in the chat. You can click, submit your comment. You might be the lucky winner of this unit. And of course, you can also vote on which video I should do next. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to cover today. Yeah, I still haven't played around much with my Behringer Motor 61 key MIDI controller yet, so I haven't done any videos on it. I haven't not planned anything on there. Yeah. So Savvy Symbiont says, what are the differences between studio recording DAWs versus live performing DAWs? Well, I think some of the differences are that, like, Ableton is being able to trigger sounds, loops, and banks of things using a MIDI controller pad, where it's you program Ableton all your sound banks, and then by using the buttons you can actually do a live performance. Now I know Studio One just recently released Atom, which does very similar thing, where it's got buttons and you can actually program it in Studio One to be able to play whatever you press on the pads, whether they're loops or one shots, and those sort of things. But I think Ableton has already got that all working really good. And that's what the difference is for live performance, is that you're not really recording, but you are performing or playing back by using preset sounds on your pads and so on. I believe that's what the difference would be between recording DAWs and live performance DAWs. Of course, in Ableton, you can still record um, live recording, but it's more geared towards being able to control and take care of pads being able to play and do a live performance. Wherein most DAWs, it's not really smooth workflow, to what I understand. We have George Mateos says, hi, Vache. Well, hi, George. And I think you are one of the people who commented on my video that's going to win this tomorrow. So, yeah, I have to say good luck. I haven't decided yet. I will make the decision who's going to be the winner tomorrow. And I hope you are lucky. And let me know how you're going with your recording as well, George. And once you're ready, you feel free to send me the stems, and I start the mixing, because I think you just wanted to do the vocals, and that was it. Um, yeah, if you're not the winner of this thing, just still record it and send it to me regardless. Um, Savvy Simeon says, "Thank you, Vacha. You're most welcome, Savvy." And yeah. Oh, George Mateo says, "We have just finished the vocal today." Well done. Well, I hope I receive the stems from you very soon, and I'll start mixing, because very soon I will be on holidays as well. The studio will be closed in a couple of weeks' time for about 3 weeks. I need my rest. I need to spend time with the family. So the sooner you send me the stems, the sooner I can get at least a draft going for you. And in going to send the stems tomorrow. Okay, good. That's good to know. Yeah, that means I've got a couple of weeks which I can get them ready for you, for have a quick mix and listen. Yeah, and also good luck on this one. Okay, any more questions? I've got 4 more minutes, which I need to finish off the live stream. If anything and everything you want to talk about music, you've got 4 more minutes. We have 8 viewers. We haven't had high number of viewers today. That's only because of the time of the day that I can live stream. That's why I don't do live stream that often. And the best time for me to do a live stream is between 5 and 6 a.m. That's when most of my viewers are. But that's the time that I would love to sleep. So I'll be sleeping. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. Uh, it's going to be really great fun giving this away tomorrow. Okay, last question from Sevi. He says, what is the most expensive and functional piece of gear you have used? Oh, gee, what's the most expensive? My whole studio. I built it, so it cost me quite a few. That's the most expensive gear. I mean, you have to count the studio part of your gear, because all the sound is resonating in this studio. So that's probably one of the most expensive gear. But I don't know. Um, I can't think what's the most expensive gear that I have used. Mm-mm. I hope you mean what's in my studio rather than actually out in before somewhere else, like in another studio. Um, I have been to other studios, just sort of on the sidelines, helping out, or just watching, or doing a little bit of help. You know, I wasn't SSL console. I'm trying to think what it was. It was a big console, I remember. It was Allen and Heath console. It was a big 32 channel one. That's probably the most expensive thing I've touched my hand. It was a digital Allen and Heath 32 channel digital console, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, anywhere in my experience. Yeah, I think that would be that'd be it in a studio. I helped out there. I was just on the sidelines and decided to put my fingers into help. Um, yeah, that be the thing. Touching a big 32 channel digital Allen and Heath console for mixdown. Yeah, I hope that answers that one. Phillips says, making a game here for fun. If I send a video of it, can you tailor a music loop for it? Yeah, I guess I could do that. Yeah. So you just want sort of uh, looping audio music for your game. Depends what the game is, and I can give it a try. I certainly have lots of sounds, 8-bit sounds. That's probably what you want in most games. I can create sounds for you and make it a probably reasonably long loop, but I need to actually see what the game is about, how quickly scenes are changing in the game. So you don't want the short loop. You really need a long loop so that it's not tedious to the ear and becomes boring, and then uh, repeating the same thing over and over again. Yeah, just hit me up and I'll see what I can do. No promises, of course, but see what I can do. Yeah, just send me the link for the video. Just upload it to YouTube and just send me the link, um, and I'll have a look into it. Okay, this is it. Well, thank you for everybody who just joined in throughout all my live stream. Follow, comments, and yeah, I think that's about it. Um, okay, I'll take one last comment from George. Says, Vacha, if you are recording drums with multiple mics, what do you do to keep the other mics from picking the other signals of the drum? For example, when you hit the snare, the hi-hat mic will pick signal. I do nothing, because I know a lot of people, especially the ones who are using VST drum VSTIs, VST instruments, or sample drum sounds, and they can everything is separated. But think of a drum as a whole one instrument. Okay, um, so if there are bleeds between the microphone, that's what makes it a drum set. Okay, I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, you try to get the mics as close as possible, but and try to eliminate bleeding. But I wouldn't worry too much, because I would more worry about the sound, capturing the best sound from the snare, capturing the best sound from the hi-hats, and the toms and the kick and so on. Concentrate more on that rather than thinking, oh, there's a bleed of the snare, or there's a bleed of the hi-hat in the snare. So don't worry too much about that, because think of a drum as one instrument, even though you have probably anywhere between one microphone. But if you have 4 to 6 8 microphones, depending how big your drum kit is, think of it as one instrument, and just make sure you capture a good sound and don't worry about bleed in between. I hope that helps. I hope that answers that question. Okay. A lot of the time when I'm actually recording my acoustic drum, I've got about 8 microphones on there, and I don't even have a room. I should have a room mic, but I don't have a room mic because this room is not big to capture any room ambience. Um, and there's always bleed in between. But if you capture a good sound of the snare, the kick, then everything will fall in its place. Drum as one instrument. So you can adjust a little bit, the levels, obviously, with the fader afterwards, to give a little nice, good balance. But the only thing you need to worry about is phasing, because multiple microphones. You just have to make sure that your phasing is correct. So you don't get tinny sound with some sounds canceling each other. Okay, hope that helps. Well, thank you guys, thank you so much. Time to say goodbye, and I'll see you next time. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great time making music, guys. Cheerio.